Well, if that isn't waking up, good morning, everybody. I hope that you will find this channel right now because something went wrong. I don't know what exactly, but something went wrong, and I could not stream the channel that was on Twitter. So I hope that you all find me here right now, right on this show. So let's see if we can just. See if someone's watching this. Don't see anybody in the chat. I see some people are watching me now, so if you can give me a heads up, that would be very nice. Can you do that? That would be very great. Say hi in the chat. Just gonna give people a little bit of time to get into the space here. So because I'm so proud of it, I'm gonna play the intro once more. So, hi, Leo. Leo Judge, good morning. Moonshot Heart, good morning. Las Vegas, you're coming from. Okay, you're up early. Staying up late. So, we had a big day yesterday. It's 4 a.m. Eastern Time. We have some troubles in finding the right channel here. So in the top of the YouTube is another title. So there were some problems in the studio. I don't know exactly what it is, but we are here. Good morning and a happy Tuesday to you. Vegas in the building. Yeah, Millie, that's right. So let's just have a look at what happened yesterday, or what you could have traded yesterday. So this is Wish. On this show, we call the levels every day, and we called the levels on Wish. This 1380 level was sure support. That's what we thought, and it went up first here to this level 1430, then came down. It's the ideal play for me. So this is what I'm always looking for. Getting up a little bit, then falling down, and then just playing the reverse along into strength. And I had a lot of trouble here around VWAP, so I thought, well, I'm going to get out. But stayed in there because 20-cent win was not just, it's not going to cut it for me. So all the way up to this level. Had some trouble here also on this level 1430, but then found some strength back, got up again. And this was the confirmation here that 1430 was indeed a level, and just went further up to 1470, and then we also call this 15 level here as a big resistance, and I tweeted this one out. So if you want to see what I'm doing during the day, then follow me on Twitter so you can see it. And this was what happened on this 15 level. I got out because I was too scared for this level, for this 15 level. I didn't think that it would pull through that. So it is what it is. Nice win on Wish and nice play. It held the levels that we said that there would be. So a nice play. You also could have played this one, Emrin. Also a nice bump up here and then just down and then on this 511 level here. But if you had your stop loss just under this $5 mark here, then you would have been perfectly fine and did some crazy moves here. Of course, this is not something that you expect from this one, so could have taken profit here. And then you would have gotten the whole dollar from this 511, almost a whole dollar. So if it gets up like this, then you should take some profit. And then went all the way here, then back here on VWAP, up again. Try to get back again and then up again, but Emrin really nice. Marin really holding its levels yesterday, so it could have been a nice play if you were in this one. And this one was from the chat, NNDM. Here, this blue and white line. This is pre-market open, post-market close. Always a level if this, especially when they are aligned like this. I didn't get this one to be give full disclosure, so couldn't grasp this one. I was occupied with Wish and watching Wish, but so didn't get this one. Also did not put a order in here, so I'm not the person that trades this from the opening. So if you got in here, then you would have had to stay in here for all this time, and then you had a nice run here from NNDM breaking this 9 level also, all the way back here, falling through VWAP, people shorting it here, trying to get back up again and then fading again. So this would have been a move if you are an aggressive player and really a scalp player. So I did not get this one, but could have been a play for you. And then OVV, we talked about OVV yesterday, and we said this pink yellow, this pink purple-ish line is not an exact level, it's an area of supports. And we said, okay, if it does not something like this, we drew these white candles here yesterday. If it does something like this, 1, 2, 3, so down, and then gets up again, then it's a play. But it looked promising, so it did this, not in such a nice manner as I drew it here, but it got down all the way to this level, but didn't even hold this level and just broke this level. And if it breaks a level, then it's not a play for me. So it has to bounce, comes down here, has to bounce here, and then get back up. That's my reversal long trade that I put in almost every time I'm trading. So that's something that you want to see on a stock, and that's looked promising yesterday, but it's it didn't do that, so that's just a pity. If you're watching this, hit that like, hit that subscribe. You will notice that hit that like before you do that. Before you go to bed, hit that like. I think that's the thing that you want to do right now, because we need those likes at Benzinga. And I'm just watching now the pre-market stops. So this stock, so these are just opening up right now. We're going to look at some 14 odd stocks. I think this is Marin, looking strong again today. So this is the 1 minute on Emrin. So this is $9 all the way up, then up again. So Emrin looking real strong again in pre-market, was strong in post-market. So if you want to play this pre-market, be very careful, because no volume to speak of right now. So it just can fall down on you. Price can be easily manipulated, and you're playing against bots here. So be very careful if you do that, and if that's your play. Another big one, Xila, also up 33%. And then some small ones, EDU down a little bit. This is chopping around, so okay, further no spectacular news. Okay, you're going. Good morning, Les. AMC. I am McLovin. I'm going to look at AMC. Let's do that right now. Why not? We looked at AMC for days now, and let's see if it's going to do what we expect that it will do. So this is not a real exact line, but we have to draw this one here. So it's trying to break this this negative trend here. You also can say this is not a real trend, or this is not a real flag. You can also say this is just hanging around here in some consolidation phase, waiting for momentum. But I really want to see this the break of this, well, more or less. You have to draw it a little bit more better than I just did right here, because otherwise you're gonna get getting in something that you don't want to, because you don't draw your lines accurately. So it's just something that I want to see happening here. I want to see this. I want to see the break of this this trend line in order to get into AMC. One way or the other, I think that a lot of people are watching this right now and watching this trend line. You can also say, okay, these highs here. So this high here is 60.55, and this high here is also in that neighborhood, 61.10 on AMC. There's never an exact science, of course, and everybody knows why that is. But in order to get into this one, I want to see this line breaking, because then you can get some momentum to the upside. Well, good morning, Benjamin. We made fun of your name earlier, but I won't do that again. This phone don't have a like. Okay, Ron. That's okay. Your phone does not have a like. Is that even possible? Okay. Okay, guys, we have a watch list coming up. So this, that's another list. So this is my watch list for the day. Pull this one up. Let's look at a watch list. 14 stocks on stickers on that right now. So this is the watch list. We are talking about CVE, SU, DNB, NTNX, DD, MRIN. Talked about that earlier. IMO, ICL, CCL, NEO, Blackberry again, VIAC, Beyond Meat, and RG. So some of them are already moving, like this one here, and some don't do a thing. So let's look at CVE first. Great run. You're making an effort. So I wish that everybody would do that. So we are on a kind of different channel than we usually are. So not everybody can find us. I am fearing that. So I hope that people will eventually find this, find me here, because you can see here that the channel is just a little bit different than you are used to from the early bird morning show. So this is happening now to CVE, and it's of interest for me because it went up all the way here and then pulled down to this yellow one and then got up again. So this is something that you really want to watch right now. Is this right now? This is a shortable offense. If I would be in charge, so this is something that you would look for CVE right now. There's some room to this 50 area here. There is no indication whatsoever that this is something that's getting some strength, except for what's happening right now, maybe. So let's have a look. No, nothing happening right now in that area. So what you really want to see on, because a lot of people said, well, you're long bias, how can we short stock? So this is just having a lot of trouble holding this area here. So this yellow one, which is the 20 EMA moving average on the daily, this normally is support. And if there's no strength here, if it does not hold this 950 area here, then you are in a shortable event here all the way back to 886. So that's what you're looking for on CVE. SU, same kind of move, but you can see here already that there is no room left, almost no room left to the 50 EMA here. And that's why this is also something of interest for me, because this is 23.53, this line here, this support line. And what we saw earlier here in this area is that it bounced on this 50 EMA. So you want to see a bounce here. This is not an ideal candle for a bounce, of course. You want to see a more bullish candle than this. But if it bounces here on this 23.53 and then will get back up again, then it's a play that you want to do. So this is on the daily, you will expect something like this to happen. Now, you don't expect anything because you're a day trader, so you're just looking at technicals mostly, and this is what you want to see: bounces to 23.53 and then getting back up again. On SU, you will notice sometimes that I'm doing some different stocks than all the other shows, and that's deliberate because we can all talk about GME and Palantir for ages, and but sometimes it's just nice to see some other stocks that you can trade also. And I am a day trader, so I'm day trading these stocks. This is DNB, and having a lot of trouble getting over this line here, as you can see. So this 22.86 area is of interest to me. You want to see strength here, so you want to see this one above 22.11. This is the 50 moving average on the daily. So I want something on that 22 level, 22-ish level, and then if it breaks this 22.86, then you can have a big move today in this one. Does not move too much normally, so you need volume in this one. So normally it only moves 50 cents. That's enough for $22 stock, but you really want to see a dollar move or something on this. NTNX, so this is a completely different one. Well, good morning, Daily Donkey Salty Dabs. Okay, Ron, got it. Yeah, we talked about MRIN. We're going to talk about it a little further in the show. 2 stocks to go, and then we're going to talk about MRIN. So something happened here. This is we looked at NTNX here. This is something that happened here. We looked at this and waited for something like a move like this on these channels here. So normally, if this is resistance, then you can say, okay, I'm going to short it. A lot of people did that. And then said, okay, this is the end of the line, and boom, went up. So this never happened in the way that we intended it, breaking this level, but broke all the levels here in one big daily move. So those levels are gone now. And now it's getting up here and sitting here, right here on some consolidation here, waiting for something to happen. And well, you know what I'm gonna say, I think. You know what I'm gonna say. You know it, you know it, you know it. Look at this. This is definitely a level. So this was resistance here, and in that area once more, but these are telling a tale here at this 38.58 level. So to be exact on this one, this is 38.80 and this is 38.80. So let's put this one to 38.80 and then that's our confirmation that it really is the level that we will be watching today. So this is NTNX. We're looking at NTNX, and there's a dip also here. So we said 38.80 will be the level here because it's a monthly high. So that's it was resistance for a long time, and if resistance turns into support, so if it dips down here to the 30, let me just make this a little bigger for you guys. So if this 38.80 turns out to be now support, so it was resistance on a monthly, so that's why you look at all these different time frames. So this is the monthly, wait for it. This is the monthly, there is your level. You go back to a lower time frame and then you see this line, still this line here, 38.80. And this low here of the previous day is 38.73. And this isn't just an ideal play where you can pretty much put in with no big risk something like this. So this is what I'm normally doing if I see something. There's no volume right now, so no real pre-market action to speak of because of the volume, and you want to see something. Did you see that? It ghosted on me. So this is what happened, but this is what I'm looking for. So getting down here, and then the next move I want to see is this move. So there are now two ways to play this. You can do the following. You can say, okay, I think that this, no, you don't think. I'm going to get in this one, this is 38.80. And I'm going to get into this one here at this exact point, 38.83. So let's make this line green. So you put in a limit order here, 38.80, and in a limit order you are telling your platform, I only want to buy this one if it's 38.83. If it's higher than that, I don't want to buy it. So you can just put in your order here at 38.83. If it fills you here at 38.83, then you have this 38.8 is your first line in the sand, of course, but you have to give stock some room. And then you see this is 38.73 here is your low of yesterday, and then you can easily put in this 38.73 as your stop loss. Well, what I usually do is that I just put it a little under that. So let's say at 69, because 73 just you might just get out of the play, and then if it really bounces, then you lose your money without getting a chance to make any gain. So just putting my stop loss under this, and this is a stop loss that I put in after I get filled here. So I will get a message, okay, you're in display now. Then I will put in my stop loss, 38.69, and then wait for it to go to the upside. This is the one. This is how you can play this one. So this is one example. Someone asked me yesterday in the direct message if I could explain how you do that. So this is how you can play this. So this is one way to play it, and the other way to play it is like this. So let me just. So it's coming down here, dips its head, feet here in this 3880 region right here. You don't put in any orders right now. So what you do is that you wait for this next candle, and this is all on a 1 minute. What you do here is that you wait for this next candle to make a new high, and it will make a new high if it gets past this line here. So if it's getting up here and makes a new high, then it's 3890, then this is your in. So you can also play it like this, and this is your in. This is more conservative play. 3890, you need a lot of room to the upside in order to do this, because you're giving away more or less 7 cents already. So you get in here at this 3890 level, and then you are using this 3880 level because it's getting up here, and you want to see this one going up. Then you can use this initial level that you already recognized here as your stop loss. So then this is your stop loss, this is your in, and then you play this to the upside. So this is how you can play a stock that's going down. That's a reversal long play. Let's look at DD. This is DD, not triple D, but DD. So we looked at this one earlier and said, okay, it's just sitting here on this, after this big move down, it's just sitting here on this line. And then, you know what I'm going to say, there are two types of moves here. It just can fall through this support, or it can use this support to get up. It did the latter yesterday, so it got up here, not all the way to this this mark, but did just not nicely. So if something like this happened, then you can just watch this stock. You know that this is a level, or you determine that this is a level. You would have been stopped out here if you would have played this one on this level, but it could have gone in if you're looking at this on a daily here. So it just fell through here, made it almost a double bottom here, and then got back up, and then you could have gone in here at 76.13, knowingly that this was a daily level, this area was a daily level, and if it's in this strong move upwards and gets above a level, even though it fell through it earlier, then you can still play it. So something like this happens, falls down on you, but almost double bottoms and gets a big move, back move up here, and then moves up all the way to 77.17. So it would be a dollar move. Well, you don't stay in this one for the whole day. So I think it would have been difficult. You needed a little bit more. I didn't play this one, to be full disclosure, but that's how you can play a stock like this. And now, after the more or less strong day that it had yesterday, you can still argue, okay, it had a strong day, just fell through this level here, and look at this low here that you see is 75.52, and this here is 75.52, 55, I'm sorry, 52. Then this is something that you might just want to look at, because it's set on this level for a while, dip down it, you have a new line in the sand here, got up from that all the way to 77.10, so 75.55 for a day trade is, you don't want to see this one all the way falling back here, because then it's just not strong. So you want to see some strength in this one right now, and you want to see this move, some follow through in this move right now. Just there's no volume right here, but obviously there is some kind of thing going on right here on this 77.18 level. So everything above 77.18 might just do the trick. And depending on how things are going in pre-market, then you can also say, okay, I'm going to wait for this one, and maybe it just touches the 76.13 again in order to play this one to the upside. Just so in the reversal play could be something that you want to do. But with a lot of volume and a lot of price action, you can pull this one all the way up to 78, 70. So that's a full dollar for you there. Might also just go back to VWAP, and then you can play the VWAP bounce. Okay, how are we doing on likes? So I know that Ron took a real effort to do this like, and we need those likes. We are on a different channel that you normally would expect, but that's just the way it is. Something went wrong there. I don't know what, but I'm happy that people are watching and that you're all finding me right now. So this is the Early Bird Show. We're talking stocks. We're talking MRIN. We're talking because it was on the watch list. So this is this blue line is the pre-market open, and this white line is post-market close. So this is what happened here at 4 o'clock, all the way up to 10.27 from this 9 level, and got up again, and now it's just sitting here. So that's really interesting to see. So this is definitely a level now, this $9 mark here. After a big move like this, then this net 9.890, let's say 9 level is I should not drink that much coffee in the morning, because if you talk a lot, and it's just something that you want to do. Okay, this is the move that MRIN made. And why? Yeah, you tell me why. I'm a day trader, so I don't know why. I don't know anything. Nobody knows anything. And you really should watch the news every morning. Sometimes you are influenced by the news and too much, and then you think, oh, it will go up, it will go up, it will go up. And technicals tell you that it won't go up. But if you start believing in a stock as a day trader, that's a difficult position. So I'm trying to look only at the technical side of it, and this is the ticker. No, that's not something that you want to see. So now it's between this $9 and 11.77 range here. So really hard to say, okay, this is a level. Well, this pre-market high is always a level, so you can play the breakout. If this stays the pre-market high during the rest of the pre-market, then you can just make this play above 10.69, and then you have a whole dollar to the post-market high. So that's a real possibility to trade this one like this. So, but after big moves like this, be very careful, because it's if it gets under this $9 level, it just can go all the way back. It's overbought by far, and be very careful for if you're going to play MRIN. IMO. Similar play like these two. If you were watching 50 area here, and this anything under this is a short for me, 31.03. So you can expect this trickle down effect. So it got up here and just didn't want to go up any further, fell through its EMAs here, support here on this CMA, like EMA, sorry, like we saw on the other charts also. And then a lot of people who want to short stocks are looking for this trickle down effects. this one. And that just can happen. The best example of that is this MU stock that we watched a few times ago. So you start watching this when it did this. So up, consolidation, up, consolidation, up, consolidation, up, consolidation, but also not getting there to the upside again. And then here, this is what we wanted to see. We did not get that. And now it's just sitting here. We caught this lighter line here. So for swing traders, this is an excellent stock to make money because it's moving in a pattern that you can recognize. And now it's really trying to get up here again after, so trying to get back in the move like it had here. So you really want to watch something like this again here. But talking about the trickle down effect is that it got up all the way here and then reached its high here, and people wanted to short it all the way back to its 200 SMA. Didn't get there because there was a big level here, big level of support here at the 76 area. Got up again and not so close to its 200 SME that people are thinking here, okay, shorting this one is not an interesting option anymore because there's no room to short this if you want to make some money as a swing trader. So now you're just looking for something like this again. Okay, that's what's about the trickle down effect. ICL. Same thing happening, but now on a smaller stock, you really have to check your broker if you can short this. But this is something that's going on here on a daily. Does not look great here. All the way back, did not fill its gap here. So you might also be long bias here on this one, but people are really watching this 50 moving average, and if people don't watch this 50 moving average, then a lot of algorithms will watch this 50 moving average here. This 200 is here, it's up right here, and this is what short players want to see right here. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but this is what they're looking for right here. And then they will see that this is a level here. So these highs here are a level. So if you're going to short this, be sure that it's not hard to borrow that, or that you have to pay for it. Then you can short it here. And if it shows some strength, if it's using this 50 AMA to really bounce back, then there's not a lot of room to the upside here because this 702 is your next resistance here. So if you're into shorting, then a short here might get you some money. But be aware of the 650 level here. CCL, public offering, about trickling down. This is just a trickle down effect. This is CCL had a public offering yesterday, so this is what happens when a company does that. They need money. Traded right in this area here. We looked at this also at this. If you are watching this show more often, then you would have seen this thing happening. So here are the Bollinger Bands. I'm just going to get rid of these statistics. You can use them also, but this is so very clear, of course, for everybody. This just remains within these Bollinger Bands, and if it falls through it, it keeps following because it's an average. So this is something that you don't want to see if this is your trend line here. Well, didn't draw that quite accurately, but this is just a trailing down effect. CCL needing money because they are offering now, and this is what people will look at during the rest of the week maybe, and because the 4th of July is coming up, so next week will be not a long week, but this the 4-day trading week, but this will be a long weekend, and people don't want to be in CCL over the weekend. I'm going to tell you that right now. So if you please watch this CCL play. If it's getting no love today, then it just might go all the way back to this 2261 area. So also a shortable stock today. Let's look at NEO. Is this also shortable? No, NEO is getting some love right now. Finally, again, no, not finally. Getting up here. This looks like a line in the sand here because this was support and looks like it was resistance. So what I want to see at least right now is that this is not a double top here. If this is going to be a double top, then you are in a lot of trouble if you are long bias on this one. So price action for NEO is something that you want to consider, of course. It's having a lot of trouble now getting above this level here. Also, this is now happening now. I'm going to pull up the 1 minute. So this is happening now. Pre-market and pre-market open, post-market close are very close to each other. So got up all the way here. This is pre-market high from yesterday. Got all the way up to this level, but cannot break it, and then just now falling through the cracks. And then you really have to see if there's some kind of where your next support will be. Well, something in this area. This is a big move up, and I would consider this to be something you want to look at. This high here, and got some support here, here, and here. So this is 48.81. This is 48.82. This is 48.80. Do I need to say some more? Did you come at a bad time? No. Why? Matt, you are coming at a real good time. Hit that like while you're at it. Just for Benzinga, not for me, just for Benzinga. So this is a playable stock today. If NEO will get some more love, then it's having a lot of trouble now during pre-market, as you can see. So 49.65, 49.03 already now. So 65 cents gone. And that's not something that you want to see. But what you want to see is this support here. So this is the support that you want to see. That's what we say here in the Netherlands, in Amsterdam. Good morning, Matthew. We have to go through 4 more stocks, and then I'm going to do your stock, okay? So watching NEO right now, and it's giving a lot of, giving it all away. So we're looking at this 48.82, but if it breaks this 40.82, and it just might during pre-market, then your next line in the sand will be here around this 48 area. So and a break above 49.65 is along. So 3 big outstanding levels here for NEO: 47.98, 48.82, 49.65. Blackberry. Ooh, 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 ooh. Boom, this is the level, and now it's just bouncing on a level that we set out here, this 1265 level. And if we're going to the daily, then you can see this level is this low. And it's now trying to get above its 20 EMA here, and then there's some room to 90, but not a lot. 1290, I want to see 1290 breaking, because if this one breaks, this high here is 1286, but your next level will be 1286, 1219. This is more an area, because this daily, this 9 EMA on daily will move eventually a little bit. So 1286, 1290 will be the breakout play that I want to make on a Blackberry, but we need volume, and there is nothing right now. Then VIAC. We talked about VIAC when it was here in this 4870 after this, well, plummeted really. And now it's of some interest for me, because it had this day yesterday. So this day yesterday, but did not really quite hold, could not hold these levels here at 47, 46. So that's a nice target here to the upside. In post-market, there was a high here at this 46.60 level. And that's interesting because of had some trouble already here. Tried to lean on it here, but could not hold it. So this 46.60 area is something that you want to watch. You want to see some strength in this one, because you don't want to see this one give it all back. But if you think that somewhere around this area, 45.72, sorry, you just might do this. So this is an indication. It's not a real strong support, but I can imagine that you look at this as an area of support. So plus of minus 10 cents, maybe even. And sometimes that's a lot, so you have to really prepare yourself. And if it falls under this, then if it gets back up, then there's your move. So this is the play that I want to see here. Could not hold these levels. Oh, while I'm saying that. So we are in this live now. I'm not sure what happened here. There's no volume going on, so I'm still looking for something like this, and then on this area, and then I want to see the one to the upsides. And if something like this is not happening, then you also can play the breakout here, because there's enough room to the next level here. So either play the breakout play here, you need volume for that, or just play the bounce here. I'm going to tell you that right away, Matthew. That's an interesting question. Just let me finish these Beyond Meats. Difficult stock, but it looked like it had some momentum yesterday, and really touches this level with 157.11 now. I'm not looking for any reversal longs here, but I want to see this as a second day runner, and only going to play this if something like this is going to happen. It's a big stock, so you will need the capital to play this one. Otherwise, it's no sense. But I want to see a breakout here above 147.11. The last one on my watch list, and I'm going to tell you what my biggest mistakes were. So it fell down here to this spot, all the way back here. And now there's another gap to this here. So will it close this gap? This was formed months ago, but this is a gap here. So it can just fill this gap to the upside. And then it's all the way to this here. So this is 42.87. All the way down here. So I need a break of the high here in order to achieve that. So this is what I'm looking for on this stock. Can move $1 a day. That's enough, but I want to see a little bit more here. So this is what I'm looking for, but this is also a gap. So it just might do something like this also. So really careful on this one. It's 230 million float, so it's nice for me. I want to watch this too. So if it's not getting through that line here, then just something like this might happen. Okay, my biggest mistake was my biggest mistakes are not putting a stop loss in. So my biggest mistakes are when I was just starting out, I was just not willing to take losses. And if you're a professional trader like I am now, then it's not all about gains. Gains are just good, but you have to take. You really have to be sure that you take your losses, and that's what I'm doing every day. I will take my losses and I'm just gonna put something up on the screen that you might like. So this is what I do now every day. I don't use this. This is just to show you how it works. So when I'm going into a trade, I'm going to determine my stop loss. I'm going to see if there's a spread or not. And then I'm going to put in the number of shares that I'm going to buy. So I'm always buying the same number of shares on the stop loss that I'm playing. My risk unit is 1% on a 50,000 account. So on every trade that I risk $500. I'm playing for a 1 to 3 win. So on every trade that I make, I'm determining to make $1,500. And my stop loss is always set. So if I'm going in F-sell, in an example that I used, then I'm buying F-sell here for $6.59. I'm sorry, putting my stop loss in 66 cents 69, exiting at 6.99, and this are my ratios that I'm willing to risk $500 in order to make $1,500. So that's what I do, and that's what I learned from not taking your losses. And I just stayed in stocks way too long after the play was over. So I thought, well, it's going to break this, it's going to break this. So I'm getting in here, and it just went down, went down, went down, went down. And I did not dare to press my sell button, because I thought, well, as long as I'm not selling it, I'm not really making a loss. And that's just stupid. So that's those were my biggest mistakes in the beginning, not taking your losses. It's not about the gains all the way, but it's about losses. ETH's doing very nice right now, so this is great move. This is something that you are concerned about, of course, because this is what you don't want to see on a bullish trend. But on this day, try to make that to make amends. And now this is definitely a level. So anything above 851 is long for me. If it does not get above that 851, then it's a short. And you can short this one all the way back to this level maybe. So, but I'm not going to short this stock 851 on this. Is just such a bullish trend, but I need some strength in this one. And I need 851 to be taken out. All right, this was the early bird show on a different channel, but we were here, and we are back tomorrow, 4 a.m. Eastern time. If you want to see what I'm doing today, I will post what I did today or what I'm planning to do today on my Twitter. So you can follow me on Twitter. And this is the handle for that. So everybody have a nice trading day. You know already that this show is also only for information purposes only. Make your own plan. You can use my levels, but make your own plan and trade your own strategy, and then you will be all fine. And if a stock does not hit the level, then please be sure that you don't play it. That's what I would do. I will see you all tomorrow at 4 a.m. I have my shirt on, so I'm going to a big meeting right now, and we'll see you tomorrow at 4 a.m. Eastern time on the Early Bird Show. Thanks for watching, and have a nice day.